Hey guys, welcome back to Mocktails Munchies with your favorite Noonie and Likkz. And today I have two special guests, my friends Ashley and Noonie. These are my military friends, and I am so happy to welcome them on the show. So give it up for Ashley and Noonie, you guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Okay, so I know we got to start off with a mocktail and a munchie of the day. Today we have some Mai Tais as our mocktail, and then we have some chocolate chip cookies as our munchies. And it was made by yours, truly, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to take a sip first before we start getting into the things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should we cheers?
Yes. Cheers to more life, more money. More money.
More money.
Period.
Clink, clink.
Clink, 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 clink.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
I'll let you see.
That's good. That's really
You should
good.
take out my Italian cookie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me grab it with this hand. And I'll grab this one. These were smelling so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bossa.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea, Noonie.
This was
Initially, I wanted to do brownies, but Noonie was like, nah, let me do
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookies.
Cookies.
I said we should mix them. I said we should mix them.
Our discussion today is going to be about our friendship and how we met, which is through the military. So, my first question to you guys is, why did you guys join the United States Army?
You want to go?
I joined the army because I just didn't know what I was gonna do. Like, I didn't know. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to college. I just felt like I just spent 12 years in school, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to go to school. Let me join the army. I had did ROTC in high school for 4 years, and I really liked it. I liked the structure, like the uniforms, like doing little events or whatever. It was fun. I thought the uniform was cute or whatever. Back then, that's when we was wearing like the pickle suits or whatever. But I was like, you know what? Let me just join the army. And I was like, F it, let me just go. And I did.
Okay.
I ain't got no real reason. I just was like bored one day.
Just bored.
Went to the recruiter, talked to them. Next thing you know,
They shipped you, and you was out of there.
out of there. Out of there.
Bye.
Okay.
Well, for me, I wanted to go to the Air Force at first, but then when I took the ASVAB, I kind of fell asleep. So I got a low score. But I was like, if I join the Army, I'm going to pick a job in the office.
Yeah.
And y'all knew I got a job in the office. Well, they know.
That same thing happened to me. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
That ASVAB is mad long. Like,
Mad long.
I have literally fell asleep.
And I was
thinking
like,
that.
it was too late to pick up high for school.
I woke up, I was like, B.
That's why.
C, D.
I honestly, I was just choosing anything on top of the ASVAB. I didn't really care about it. I knew I wasn't going to join the military, and it was actually recommended in my high school that we take the ASVAB.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took it. I winged it. I put in whatever answers. Apparently, I passed,
I did.
and that's how I joined the military.
But why?
But okay, so the reason behind why I joined the military was because I felt like I needed a fresh start after St. Thomas, and I've never been like in a financial predicament before to say like I struggled.
Mm-hmm.
My mom took really good care of me, so
Yep. Spoiled.
going to the army was one way of not having to like financially struggle if I wanted to leave St. Thomas. So that's why I do it. Period.
And it secure that bag.
And then
We did.
And you would too.
Right.
for that check, okay?
For that check.
For that check.
For that
Okay.
bag.
So now I want us to get into like our experiences in the military. Like, what was your experience like, and how did it affect you being? Well, actually, how did it affect you with you being a woman? What was your experience as a woman like being in the military? So, Ashley, you could go first.
Okay, so I think I had a pretty good experience, like being in the military. I had a really good experience. When I first joined, I went to the recruiters and I was like, you know what? I don't want no infantry, nothing crazy. I can answer the phone. I could talk to people. I could greet people, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up joining the military and I was a religious affairs specialist. And if you know, you know, right? So I joined the MOS and I had a pretty good time. Like it was just me and the chaplain having a good time, talking to people. So I feel like my experience was a little different because I was kind of protected by a man with a cross on his chest. So people really didn't, you know, mess with me or like try me. But if they did, you know,
try me more too.
Got to get them together. But it's like
real quick.
I don't think I've had a bad experience. Like my experience was pretty good up until the end. Okay? Then I start having a bad experience. But as a woman, it's like sometimes you do kind of get subjected to, you know, unwanted, like, you know, stuff from other guys or like people like, especially in my MOS. Yes, that's the negative thing about my MOS. If you're like a pretty female or like you're friendly, sometimes like some people would take that as flirting. Like I remember one time someone was like, oh, you're so flirtatious. And I'm like, I'm literally just greeting you guys. Like I'm talking to everybody the same. But if I wasn't talking to y'all, it would be a problem. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why, you know, because you have a female that likes to talk to people or like greet people, it's taken a certain way or people try to like get with you in that way. And it's like, no, I'm just doing my job.
Correct.
Exactly. So for the most part, I feel like my experience was pretty good. But I was kind of more on the sheltered side because I was with a chaplain.
Yeah.
And it had pros and cons because sometimes as like a soldier, I fell behind because my chaplain was too focused on like chaplain duties versus like building me up as a soldier.
Yeah.
So when it came to like my peers to the left and right, I lacked in a lot of like soldiering stuff. But if it came to my job,
you was on it.
I was on that. Okay. When it came to my job, I was like top tier. But yeah, other than that, I feel like my experience was pretty good. It was pretty decent.
Good. That's good.
I wouldn't say 10 out of 10, but I'll probably say like
definitely not 10 out of 10.
9. 8.5.
9.
Okay, into the end.
Everybody's experience
so
is
it's different, yeah.
Very different.
Towards the end, it was more probably like a 6, like a 6.5.
Let's not do too much.
I don't want to share too much tea, but
yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So Noonie, what was your experience like?
For me, I would say overall, I would say like a high 6, maybe 7. Because like my job, I was in HR. If you know, you know. Like she said, I was a 42 Alpha. And I ranked up pretty fast myself because I went to school and I was good at PT.
It was.
And a lot of people didn't think that. And they thought, oh, I was doing this and doing that to get promoted, yada, yada, yada. And I wasn't. Like, you can't help how you look.
Period.
Oh. But yeah, it wasn't bad. But I think towards the end of my career, like my last 2 years, I got stationed at Fort Lee, Virginia, and I was like with the MPs, we call it. And it's like a whole bunch of males, and they just try to, you know, push you over, try to tell you what to do, like that. You know, that male should do this, female should do this, and I was not messing with that, and that's all I'll say.
Okay.
But yeah.
So overall, you guys heard her experience was a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Now, for me...
Oh, Lord. I was there for yours.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I feel like people did have my best interest at heart. However, I also felt like I was targeted because of my demeanor, my character, my accent, my background, which is like where I'm from. I just feel like I was targeted. I had a rough time. I'm not gonna lie. I had a rough time. Basic training was very rough for me. Being stationed at Fort Hood, I don't know. It was even worse. But overall, I would say my experience was probably like a 6 out of 10. Would I do it again? I would, but I would do it again,
too.
but I think that I would literally be better doing it now than versus me doing it back then. Because right now I feel like I'm more like mature. I'm willing to actually listen to understand, not listen to respond. Like me being from the Caribbean, if you know, you know. I guess we're gonna be saying that all night. If you know, you know.
Real spicy.
People see us in a certain way. You know what I mean? And I was just that type of soldier that wasn't going to take it very nicely. You know what I mean? So I had a rough time. I got in trouble a lot. And you know what? God had known that it was my time to leave.
Facts.
And what he did for me, I am super, super grateful. And matter of fact, what he did for all of us.
Exactly.
Yep.
We're super grateful for the position that we're in now.
Very
Point blank,
blessed.
period. But is the military a bad thing overall?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think it's so beneficial, honestly. Like, I know in different countries, there's like a mandate. You got to join the military. And then before you go out. And I said, like, I feel like something like that would be beneficial in the United States.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you fresh out of high school, you don't got nowhere to go. You can't pay for college. You join the military for 2 years. And
Boom,
that's enough
college
for
degree.
a GI Bill to go to school.
Yeah.
You get some money in your pocket. You get something to put on your resume. I feel like the military
Very
doesn't have
beneficial.
to be a 20-year career for everybody. It could be a stepping stone. And it could
Definitely.
I remember when I went to the recruiters when I first started off and they told me, hey, look, you're going to graduate, you're going to join the military, you're going to come home, and people are going to be doing the same thing they were doing when you left.
Yep.
Did they lie?
Nope.
No, they're
Did they
still doing the
lie?
same thing.
And didn't.
No.
Still doing the same thing.
Still doing
Same
the same thing
thing.
to this day. Like,
To this day.
where I go,
And we've been out.
we've been out almost been out
2
of school
years.
about out of high school about
Oh
almost 10
yeah,
years.
9 years for me.
Oh,
Like,
Lord.
literally 8.
Mine is over a decade. And some people are still in the same position.
Same
They
thing.
won't
And I feel
change.
like joining the military set us apart from them. Set us apart from our peers that we graduated
did.
from. And it didn't have to be a 20-year career to get there. It got your foot in the door. It got you something to do. Got you some knowledge. Got you some money. Got you some experience. And then, you did what you had to do.
Yep. And then my thing is too, like even right now, even when you get out, you still have the benefits there for you.
Exactly.
You still could further your education. You still could step in these doors of government agencies and things of that nature. And it's like, the military is not a bad thing. Like, if anybody is pitching to you that, don't join, just do it one time.
Right.
And you gather your own experience and you take away what it is you need to take away, because it is not a bad thing. Literally, not a bad thing.
Just do you want to and be done.
But I'm saying, even if you're currently in right now, don't let your current duty station, your current leadership, your current everything dictate, okay, I'm going to get out. Give it a chance. Try a new duty station. Try a new unit. Try a new MOS. Because sometimes it could be that MOS. Sometimes
Definitely.
it could be that MOS. honey.
Definitely.
You switch your MOS, you change your job, all of a sudden you living a better life. You living happy. You know, a lot of people used to ask me about my job. I tell them about my job. Now everybody want to do my job. now we can't rank up because everybody want to do my job. No, okay.
But your job was a good job.
It was nice.
And you know what? For me, my job was 92 Gulf. So shout out to all the cooks. As you can, come on now. You gotta know this by now. Like, I is a chef at heart. Okay? At heart. Now, the military chefing is a different type of chefing that I ain't accustomed to. Like, we actually have to go by rules and regulations when it comes to cooking. Like, I want to be able to put my own spin on things. And I really couldn't do that. Even though I didn't really cook like that. I was in the office, and then when we had our field exercises, I was like in charge. So, but for the most part, I will say, even though it was different, I still had a fun time. The cooks honestly were the latest. Everybody wanted to be with us.
No, we used to call the cooks. It was like, y'all was the bad girls club of the army.
My
Like,
bad girls
the
club.
cooks-
Oh my god.
Like, we used to say the cooks was like the bad girls club of the army.
We were, though.
Or like Love and Hip Hop of the army. Because it was always some
Drama.
The tea I used to get, all the paperwork I used to get from my dad.
I am so ashamed. I am so ashamed.
Them cooks got it going on.
But
Flag.
Red.
we the best MOS to have a friendship with. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when y'all start going out to the field and having them exercises and y'all hungry, okay, you know who to hit up because I got you.
No, you remember when we was in the field, we went to NTC. And
let's not.
What's that?
What is that? National Training Center in California.
California.
You go.
In the middle of nowhere, by the way.
Let me tell you, my girl had a line wrapped around the facility. Everybody was lined up. We had like 4 bays you could go in to get breakfast. Nobody wanted to get food in any other. Mind you, they're selling. They're serving.
We're all cooking the same thing.
Same exact things, but everybody wanted to go to hers because she was doing something in that kitchen that them other people wasn't doing. She was doing her own seasonings. Remember, you got recognized, got an award. Or
yes, I did. I did.
They were saying how she was making the steak taste like we was at restaurants. Nobody wanted to go to the other days. I'm telling you, your best friend's gonna be them cooks because I was getting extra food. I was getting hot water while everybody was walking around stink. I was showering because I was friends with the cooks. Okay,
get you a cook friend. Okay,
get you a cook friend. And get you a
42 alpha.
42 alpha.
No,
because
over here.
Oh, and
I'm tired of y'all.
Get you a supply.
I'm tired of y'all.
Oh yeah, and supply too.
Those three, yeah.
You could get you a 56 mic too. We could do a little something. We could do a little something with the chaplain. Okay, don't.
No, we could. No, and she's so right because Chaplain Hale, shout out to him. I don't know. We do miss you. If you ever get to see this video in live, just know that you are in our thoughts. Point blank, period. You were the best chaplain at Fort Hood. Do you hear me?
Ever.
The best. And he was so empathetic, and that's one thing that I will never forget about him because, like I said, I got in trouble a lot. You know what I mean? But he was so empathetic, and I felt like he was probably one of the higher-ups that really saw me for just being me, not just even being a soldier. He really did see me. You know what I mean? So, like she said, a 56 mic, get you one of those.
The bar is so high because
he did.
He was my first chaplain, and to the moment I got out of the military, I never had a better chaplain.
Yeah. That's true.
That was my first one. He set the bar way too high, and everybody else
after that
subpar. They didn't pay attention to them at all. They couldn't compete. They couldn't compete with him. He was amazing. Shout out to him, and he's actually back at Fort Hood. I talked to him not too long ago.
Oh.
He's back at Fort Hood.
So if you guys, any soldiers right now that are stationed at Fort Hood, make sure you find Chaplain Hill.
Well, Fort Cabazos.
Cabazos. But you won't regret it. And that's a promise. That's a promise. So now we have to talk about the unfortunate situation that happened about 4 years ago with Miss Vanessa. I don't know if I pronounced her last name wrong. Guillen.
Yeah.
With the unfortunate situation that happened, we had all what time? I got out 2019, and I think this happened 2020.
Yeah, right.
So
it happened 2020.
We were still there in Texas. Yep. We were still there in Texas, and this unfortunate situation happened, and it really grabbed the attention of the media by storm.
It did.
And it was such a heartbreaking situation. I honestly, like you hear of these kind of things happening, right? But then when you hear of it happening on the same base that you were stationed at, it hits different.
Yeah.
From your
unit.
It's
one thing to hear about missing soldiers, death, and it's like, oh, that's over there or that's over here. But it's like, this is where I'm at. Hold on. And I was still in when it happened.
Or you
I was out.
You were out.
You were out. I was still there about to leave.
Okay, and I was still in.
So, how did that situation affect you guys?
For me, I could relate a little bit. I'm not gonna say too much into it, but seeing what happened to her, low key, it almost happened. Not almost happened to me, but it could have happened to me. That's all I'll say. So when that happened, I had to go to the behavioral health therapist, talk to him about certain stuff. But I got through it. I'm good now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I feel like the situation just broke my heart. Like even to this day, when you just brought it up, I'm like, damn.
It kind of sick my heart to just talking about it. Like,
it makes
wow.
me feel some type of way, and I just feel like it was such a crazy thing that I don't have the words.
Yep.
Like I start losing my words.
Yeah. I feel like for me, because I've experienced somewhat of a similar situation, once again, like where I'm from and how my demeanor is, I've experienced some sorts of what happened to her before the actual murder in the military, and it's just very unfortunate to see that, because you could tell somebody like, no, probably I don't want to do this, or no, I ain't talking to you in the way that you talking to me, or you know what I mean? Like people don't take that into consideration, and because you rejected them or anything along those lines, they could just do something like this to you. And it's very, very unfair, and it's very unfortunate. And my condolences once again. When I say we were so devastated. So my condolences from all of us once again to her family. And even though we know that you may never probably be at peace with that, just know that she is your guardian angel and she is watching down on you. And
I feel like situations like this, they're unfortunate, but they're necessary. Like somebody had to be that, in a sense, like that situation to bring awareness, to make something change, to shake up the world. Like look at something like Emmett Till or like Trayvon Martin, Vanessa Guillen. It always starts with like something that grabs the attention of the world, shocks them to their core, and then start making changes because of what happened to her. Fort Hood, and as other military installations started doing a lot of different changes and implementing different things and getting cameras up to date and doing all these things because of what happened to her. And it's like, you have no choice but to stand on business and do the right thing when the whole world is watching you and calling you out. You have to. So it's like, it's somebody always has to be the person who sparks the change. And she was that person for the Army. And
that's a positive way of looking at it. You know what I mean? Because death is something nobody wants to ever have to go through. Point blank, period. So that is a positive way about looking at her death. Because like you say, it did make them get on their stuff, their business that they were supposed to be handling from the jump now. But the point is, they are doing what it is they have to do. They have implemented a lot of things since that happened to her. But I was on social media the other day and another situation like it happened.
Another one?
Another one.
Where?
Her name is Sergeant Sarah Rogue. And she's a 21-year-old. Well, she was a 21-year-old soldier. And this actually happened at Fort Leonard Wood.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
You seen it?
Like in the trash or something like that. In the garbage. Somebody killed her and put her in the garbage.
Yeah. So it's like, when I saw it, I automatically thought of Vanessa.
But you want to know something? Vanessa wasn't the first soldier to go through what she went through.
Yeah.
She wasn't the first soldier.
And she won't be the last.
Randomly turn up, missing, to randomly turn up deceased. But her situation
is what sparked everything right now.
Sparked people into looking at, okay, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
There's a pattern when it comes to female service members, not just in the Army, but across the board. And even when the hashtag started coming out, hashtag I'm Vanessa Guillen, and people started sharing their stories,
that was going wild.
Sexual assaults, how many years they was silent when it came to these things. She brought a spotlight to it, but unfortunately, she's not going to be the last person, as you said. Somebody just popped up with a situation, and they actually did arrest somebody for that.
Yeah. And I hope that they get what they deserve. Because this is my thing. Not because somebody don't agree with what it is you want to do, mean that you have to press on the issue.
Exactly.
Because if I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel comfortable. And I don't understand, why is that so hard to pick up on? Like, why do people feel, and And I know sexual harassment, sexual assault could happen from both genders.
And it can.
Okay? Both genders. So ain't like to say like women is exempt because they be doing it too.
They sure do.
Sometimes
They
worse.
do.
Sometimes worse.
And they sometimes get away with it even better because
They're
female.
men don't talk about it. Men don't share it. You can't get by a woman. You can.
Yes, you can. And it's like, it's sad to know that you just can't be comfortable with a decision that the other person made.
And also, I will say with her situation, I feel like they're not sweeping a lot of things under the rug like how they used to back in the day.
They can't.
Like,
yeah, they can't at this point.
Because the whole world's on them.
Now I feel like people seen the impact that she had, and it's like, okay, let's get out there and be loud about this person too. You
and as you should,
too
though.
many eyes on you. You got way
As
too
you
many
should.
eyes on you.
And then my next thing too with like these type of situations is sad because these are the same people that if you were getting called to the battlefield, you would have want them to protect you and have your back. So it's like how you could do that literally in the military is never leave a fallen comrade. And no lie, by doing what you do, you left them for dead. Literally.
That was what her like supervisor too, right?
Yeah.
First line.
But I just want to say from us, we empathize with anybody who has ever been sexually assaulted, sexually harassed, and always know that you have a voice. And if you know that it's burning you deep down inside, you have to speak up and say something because that's the only way a change is going to happen. We cannot stay silent with those kind of situations. So rest in peace to our fellow veterans. Time to move on. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about we
Let me take a drink. Yeah.
That was a
That was a lot. That was a lot.
That's good.
Okay.
You nursing your drink?
Nursing. Okay.
So now we're going to talk about what it was like for us transitioning back to civilian life.
Oh, God. Okay, so for me, like I said, I joined straight out of high school. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't want to go to college. That's why I joined, right? So when I got out, initially, when I first went in, I got 56 mic. And my family was like, why you being a 56 mic? What you going to do when you get out the army? You going to work at a church?
Not work at a church.
I'm like, no, I'm going to change my MOS. Like, this is just going to get me into the door. And then I'm going to like change my MOS and, do something that can transition when I try to get out.
Yeah.
But I never did that. I liked the job a little too much. Was having a little bit too much fun. Got a little bit too comfortable and never took the appropriate steps I needed to make sure I have something that transition. Yeah. Not saying that you can't do like tests and classes to help you, get certain certificates and anything that you need to get out.
Yeah.
But when I got out, it was on a different circumstances. I had started a family with my husband, and I was pregnant with my first daughter, and I was getting out. And for me, it was really scary. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been doing this for so long. Like, I did it for 6 years?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't have no plan. Like, but prior to getting out, I went through a lot of negative things. Like, I had people trying to paint me as a bad person, ruin my reputation, like all different types of things was going on. So it's like, I didn't want to get out without a plan.
Yeah.
So I stayed and I figured out what I wanted to do. And then once I got pregnant, I was like, okay, I don't want to be the mom that is getting taken away, that's getting deployed when my child's 2 months, 3 months, and I'm missing all of those important moments in their life. So I'm like, heck no, I'm finna get out. I'm gonna pass the torch to my husband. You get in, you join, you could do that. I'm staying with these kids, okay? And it was scary for me. Like, like, as much as I try to be like, oh, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna do this, like, he's in, we still gonna have resources, we still gonna have this. It was nerve-wracking because when you've been doing something for
So long. Yeah.
it's like scary. It's really scary to go into the next chapter. But now that I did it and I got out, I'm so happy. Happy. Like,
The
I'm
grass
living my best.
is definitely greener.
Green
On the other side.
Greener on the other
Real
side.
green.
Don't be scared to get out.
Literally.
I'm telling you.
Do not be scared to
Especially
get
coming
out.
from me.
Like, literally, once I got out and I'm like, I look back, it's like, I had fun.
Yeah.
I did what I had to do, but I'm so thankful. Like, I experienced it, but now I could do so much.
More.
I'm there for my children. I can teach them. I can guide them. I can nurture them. And I don't have to worry about suiting up, booting up,
Facts.
flying here, flying there.
Being there 5 o'clock in the morning.
Baby, I'm in it.
And still waiting 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before anything even starts.
Hurry up and wait.
Okay?
What?
Exactly. I love
Not a damn thing to do.
Going to the field 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time, NTC a month, deployment 9 months. I'm glad I got out. I'm glad how I got out. I'm glad I was able to do what I needed to do for my family. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Okay.
It was scary, but it paid off.
It did.
Sacrifices.
It did. Tim, you're right.
Sacrifices. I'm telling you because, you took the easy way out. Okay. But now look at me, 26. And I'm set for life.
Set for life.
For life. Well, we are, but that's
Yeah.
just, I'm just saying. Well, I was really 24 when I got out, but yeah.
So what was your transition
For
like?
me, I want to get out my first contract, but I want to be stationed at home, so I re-enlisted. And before I did that, I got hurt. I fucked up my shoulder, sorry. But yeah, got my little scar right here. You can't really see it, but yeah. I had to get med boarded out like a year and a half early. But it wasn't that bad for me. I want to get out. Like, I kind of knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I want to go to school, but like, I like the money. So I ended up, getting an internship at the VA. I got a job there, worked there for 2 years. Now I'm in school, so it's like smooth. For me, it's not that hard because it's just me. I'm just trying to figure out life. But like, I feel like don't be too scared. Like, oh, you're getting older. Like, what you want to do? Like, you can always change your life, especially if you're single. You have no kids. No, like nothing holding you down. Whatever. Just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You're still young. Despite what my sister says, I'm still freaking young. So hush. If you ever watch this, I still love you though. But yeah, for me, it wasn't really that hard. I was scared, but I feel like I was never like into the army like that, so I was always coming home every weekend when I was stationed at Fort Lee.
Always.
So like, I was always, just I had that balance for me. So it was for me, it was way easier than compared to everybody else. So yeah, that was my experience.
Well, for me, coming down, it was really rough coming down to the end of what God made for me, the end of my contract. I felt like every minute, no lie, I felt like every minute somebody would down my throat for something. I did feel like I was being attacked. It was rough. It was rough coming down. Like, I felt like nothing was going right. And once I was offered the opportunity to get med boarded, being, my little situations I had going on, I just knew it was the right decision. And once I got out, that's when reality kicked in. Like, okay, girl, so what you gonna do? Like, what's tea? What's next? I had initially made a whole plan to move to Houston. I had started my YouTube channel, and I was always up and down anyways. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I was one of those soldiers. Yeah, I might not make it back on time because
I'm outside.
Yeah, I outside. I really had a good experience and everything, but coming down to the end, it was just, woo, girl, what you gonna do now? You out. Like, what you gonna do? So I initially was like, I'm going to move to Houston and I'm going to start my life there. Like, I love Houston. I love the vibe. I love the houses. And I love the housing market, point blank, period. So I was like, it's just me and my son. And that's what it is we're going to do. But then you know, bring, bring, bring. Somebody hit this line.
Uh-oh.
Indeed.
Somebody hit this line, and it was history after that. I moved to Atlanta. I started a business. I still had my YouTube channel, just wasn't as frequent, but I knew from time I was young that I was going to be an entrepreneur anyways. So everything, I don't know, it's like the cards just fall in the right place. And, you know, now I'm married. I have my 3 kids. I have my house. Renting right now, but wait on it. But everything just going the way I feel God designed it to go. And I wouldn't change any of it for nobody. Like I feel like I'm right with her I'm supposed to be. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, okay? I always wanted to be taken care of, okay? I always wanted to be married, okay? And I got everything. Literally. Like after I got out of the military, I literally got everything that I wanted. And I am. What we say? The grass is greener on the other side.
Don't be scared to get out if you're on the fence. Just do it.
That's the thing.
Just do it. Like
I feel like the military try to scare you like you're going to fail.
Yeah, if you get out.
Veterans on the side of the road holding up homeless signs.
Which we see all the time.
It's unfortunate.
But it's so many resources and
no, it is.
that you could do.
It is.
It's so much things that you could do and benefits. You just have to take advantage of them. You have to learn about them and utilize your advantage.
To the best of your ability. Like right now, all 3 of us in school. Okay? Getting that education.
Getting that degree.
Okay? And guess what?
Debt free.
Debt free. You understand? So it's like you really do have to think about, okay, if somebody offer you bam, 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 how can I use bam, bam, bam to elevate my life?
To bam, bam, bam.
Okay?
Exactly.
Like, and that's all it is. That's really all it is. So like she said, like, the grass is green on the other side, bro. It is.
You have to put the work into it, though.
Yeah, you have to put in the work. Nothing out here is easy, you know, hand me out something, you know. But at the end of the day, once you put in the work, once you have a vision for yourself, and once you have that push and that drive in you to want to become better, do better, anything is possible. Okay?
Exactly.
And like, for all of us, I believe like the army was our stepping stone.
Exactly. It could be, it does not have to be 20 years in service. You can use this as a stepping stone.
Definitely.
And you know, I hate when I see people, oh, you join the army, you got that army money, and it's like, their recruiter office is open.
24/7. Damn near.
So if you're like, what, 37, almost 40?
Exactly.
Raise the age and lower the requirement. So now anybody
you have no
really could join. Really could join.
We don't want to hear it.
Swear in.
Solemnly swear.
Exactly.
That's all you gotta do. And play your cards right. Play your cards right, and you literally could be set for life.
Literally.
Don't get
for life.
You could set yourself up for life and set your children up.
And to your point just now, when you just now say don't get in trouble, look at me for an example. I got in a lot of trouble.
Like,
no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But what I'm saying is too, like, don't just think because you might get into a little mishap here and there on your journey of being in the military, you still can't come out on top. Because I was getting in trouble from the day I joined, literally. And I know it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is.
I know why.
I've been getting in trouble since the very beginning. And right now, I've never been more grateful because when I look back at my past, honestly, to where it is now, God did his big one, okay?
He did.
He did. And not just for me, but for my friends too. All of us have different experiences. All of us have different stories. But look how how he is today. Like, you know what I mean? So anything is possible, is what I'm trying to say. Anything is possible. And now, to end our conversation, we're going to play a little game.
Not a game.
Okay.
A little game. And
prizes?
Girl, I am the prize.
Okay.
Okay, so I going to do, let me see. I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Each or just two? Like,
No.
together?
1 question each for the both of you.
Okay.
Because, we are veterans, so we should know better.
I'm nervous.
Okay.
What's she asking us? What's happening? Excuse me.
trivia question.
Come on, we know, but I don't know nothing.
We should.
Oh, I can't get in trouble anymore.
Okay, so Ashley, I'm going to do you first.
Oh, why I gotta always go first?
Do Noonie. She a yapper.
Okay, I'm going to do Noonie first.
Yes, do her. I'm always first.
Okay. You have to say the first cadence that comes to mind.
Girl.
Oh.
Come on, you have 5 seconds to say the first cadence that comes to mind.
I don't know. I left everything. Look, when I left, that shit's gone.
Damn.
When I left, answer your creed, barely don't even know it. Nothing.
It's okay.
First cadence?
What's the first cadence that comes to mind?
I don't really.
Damn.
Let me ask you, what's the first cadence that come to mind?
Like running or like walking? Like
It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Okay, you know what the first cadence that comes to mind? Because no lie, when I was singing this cadence, right?
Taliban dressed in red. That's
a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. For me, I don't know, because this one here had just touched my spirit, because it was like I really left my home for the army.
Oh,
so whenever we do the cadence,
okay, go ahead.
Whenever we do the cadence, right? It was like I left my home.
That one.
For the army. Okay, yeah. So that's the first cadence that come to mind, because whenever I used to sing that cadence, like something in me used to be like, man, you really leave your home for the army?
Like, why would you do that?
Like, why would you do such a thing?
Ooh.
Why?
One that come to my head off rip is the My Way or the Highway. I love that.
Yeah, that one they were good. That one they were good.
I hated that one.
My way or the highway. That was a good one, Noonie. You know it.
No, because I was PG at freaking AIT, so I had to make all the cadences. I was fucking it up, I was talking too fucking fast. I'd be stuttering. So like, PTSD for real.
My ways of.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Right way.
Your way's the wrong way.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I like that one. That's my song.
That's like all marching ones. Y'all know running ones?
Do we know?
Y'all barely ran.
Run.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say.
14th.
No, for real. I just about to say I barely run for you.
I can either run or I could do cadence. I
could do cadence, but I ain't running. We doing the marching one them for sure.
Watch it. Whenever I would do it until we started running, and I would get back in formation. I'm not doing.
I just ran.
I don't know any running
cadences. I just ran.
I love doing that though. When I was in basic, oh my gosh. And I used to, I couldn't wait for them to come and call my name.
Right.
Come to the front, because now I'm about to show out.
Run. Yeah. I'm gonna just run.
I can't sing that good, but I'm loud.
Yeah, I know you be loud. You remember when we went to your graduation?
Uh-huh.
Who was leading that graduation? My God!
Leading the whole
thing.
I had to do a competition for that. I had to do like a Who Wants to Call Cadence, and somebody was like, "Do it, Ashley, do it. You're so good." Blah 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 blah.
You was good.
We had to basically like audition, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely doing it. You loud. You kind of give churchy vibes." I'm like churchy.
Is that VOC?
Yeah,
or
VOC. VOC.
I don't remember that.
I remember. That was a good day.
Lordy.
The fact I remember, I don't remember nothing. Oh,
Lordy.
Damn, me and you were really, we were under.
We was
not Noonie.
We was locked in, and Noonie was tucked away in the office.
No, for real. She was in the office.
Didn't go to NTC.
No.
Had us out there struggling by ourselves.
Exactly.
Okay, baby white bats. I will never forget. Well, we had, we had a hot water, but in the beginning we did have a little baby white. A little one too quick.
You ain't gonna do it though. You got
it's not
water on soap and water on that ass.
Ass.
On that ass.
A little whole bath. That's what we called it growing up. When you hit the hot spot, that's the whole bath.
Yeah. Okay, and the last thing is.
What was the second question?
This gonna be it.
Oh, okay. Oh God, you're making me nervous.
I gonna say like the first line of the Soldier's Creed. You have to know that.
The soldier
First line.
I'm an army soldier.
Bro, that's your that. But is it?
Wait, is it that?
The Soldier's Creed. I am American soldier.
I'm an American soldier.
I got something right.
American soldier.
I don't know the rest.
I am a
Proud member of a team. Blah blah blah.
long.
No, I have to forgive us.
Dance Creed and a freaking Soldier's Creed.
Yeah, I got forgive us. But I knew it was something about I am an American soldier, you know.
I'm a warrior and a member of the team. And that sound right.
No, that do sound right.
I'm a warrior member of the team.
I will never accept defeat.
I would never
That's
quit.
probably somewhere.
I would never
in the
do
middle.
something. That's the warrior's ethos. I know that.
That's because that's in.
We close enough. We close enough.
Yeah.
But
forget about that.
It's been like
I have to love we, okay? Love we. How we, you know, it's been a long time.
Cap.
No, for real. I'm done. D-O-N-E
I'm
done.
struggling with military time. Oh, it's 1500.
I didn't even say that in the military. That's how bad it was for me. Like, I didn't give a fuck. They asked me what time's formation. 3?
I taught my
What, 3
husband
o'clock?
military time. Right? I taught him. And he says it to me now, and I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What time?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I see it the other day on something I was reading. I was like, shit, 2100. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. 9 o'clock. Like, damn. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, we are the friends who are now veterans, still continuing in our friendship. And we have been friends for over 7 years, you guys.
Going strong.
Going strong. Matter of fact, going army strong all the way. But we still.
We're veterans.
We've
leave the army, please. Goodness gracious.
That's it. We done. We done with the army.
We done.
But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and my friends. And I will see you guys next time for another mocktail and another munchie. Bye. Bye.